Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Just keep swimming 1111. Let's go ahead and dive in. This is going to be the last of my Earth Day series for all the 12 zodiac signs. So this video is going to be Aquarius and Pisces. We're going to go ahead and jump in and just start with Aquarius. Please remember to check your astrology chart, your birth chart. If you don't know where to find that, you can always go to Vault of the Heavens Vedic chart, but don't forget to hit Lahiri Ayanamsha with an A, okay? So that way you can find your chart and know where these placements are. When you find your chart, always check your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, your Venus sign for love relationships, your Jupiter for a husband or spouse energy, or a learning spiritual guru kind of teacher advice energy. And also check your Mars energy for your desires and male on male relationships, okay? And don't forget to check your 7th house if you want to know more about your relationships. Maybe you have one of these signs in there with no planets, for example, or you should also check your 10th house, which is your reputation, your public life, your career, and what takes most of your energy out, which is the 10th house, your life purpose, your midhaven. So you have a lot of work to do, don't you? So always check all those things. So in following readings, don't just say, well, I'm a blank or I'm a blank. That's a very single energy. We all have all the 12 zodiacs inside of us in some way. So it's not just about your sun sign. Okay, guys, we're going to go ahead and dive in. Aquarius, what is going on with you? And I'm going to try to be a little bit quicker today, so I won't try to be long-winded. But let's just take a look into what's going on with this sign of Aquarius. Spirit, please guide me into the energy of the zodiac sign of Aquarius. Okay. First card out fell on the floor. So maybe Aquarius is going through some tower moments. Maybe they're going through some unexpected changes. Okay, we have walking away in reverse. This is actually pretty good. I don't know, it depends how you look at it. It's someone that doesn't want to walk away, you know? This is walking away for the better, leaving a relationship, a career, or something behind. And this is just not. So I have a feeling that what you're thinking and feeling right now is, I want to walk away, but I can't. And then we have all tied up. So you kind of mixed emotions here. Usually for Aquarius, you're friends with everybody. You get along with everybody, every different kind of person, but not everybody gets along with Aquarius. Aquarius is an acquired taste, you know. They're everybody's friend, they're everybody's support, but not everybody thinks an Aquarius meshes well with them. Aquariuses have a very unique style, a very unique sense of humor, and a very unique way of handling relationships. Aquariuses generally tend to be with someone much younger or much older than them. Is a very telltale sign of an Aquarius. Also, they have a uniqueness about them, maybe a extremely outgoing, optimistic personality or an extremely negative one. They're either a big heavy dose of reality or a heavy dose of not being in reality. It kind of depends on your placements there. There's 4 padas and 3 nakshatras in each. So, you know, there's a lot going on with each individual for the sign of Aquarius. But that's just a general broad overview of it. So I feel like you can't quite get away from someone. Or maybe someone doesn't want to get away from you, Aquarius. It's also where you want to end a scenario, but you can't yet. On a broader overview of the world, I feel like Aquarius, because you're always thinking in terms of the world, people as a greater whole, as humanity. Sometimes you take on the world's problems. You'll find a lot of Aquarius as being very altruistic, trying to solve world hunger, trying to end tyranny, trying to end wars, trying to end every different thing. And so this is on a broader spectrum here. You really want to get away from caring about the world, but you can't. This is like, I'm tired of caring. I'm tired of worrying myself about problems I can't fix. But you're all tied up because your emotions are connected. And very deeply. There's also the energy of the coronavirus, to where you're ready to get out there and get back in touch with people, because this is what you like to do. You like to be in touch with people. You want to be social, and you want to be around, you know, people at restaurants, at family gatherings. You know, you're a people person. You want to gather. And you're really wanting to do that, but then a part of you is saying, no, not yet. It's like, even though the president or the governments are saying it's safe, go ahead and go out there, there's nothing to worry about, or just be careful, and that should be enough. The way Aquarius sees it is, no, I'm more of a scientist and a doctor. And even though the greater collective says it's okay, it's really not. And so you're kind of all tied up because you're happy that good news is coming, that we're being released from a lot of our quarantines. But at the same time, you're not happy because you know there's no cure. And it's not been a problem solved yet. No problem solved. So why are you telling everyone to go out? So I see this very tense situation to where you want to just be out there and say, yeah, everyone else is doing it. But then there's a part of you that says, no, don't. Community in reverse. Yeah, this is definitely not being around community, guys. This is loss of relationships. This is loss of community. This is feeling very isolated. And this is, believe it or not, something that Aquarius does not do well, is isolation. Pisces does well in isolation, and we'll get to Pisces next. But Aquarius, no, you don't do well in isolation. This is not for you. So even if you're a Pisces closely cusping, right near, like within a day away from Aquarius, you're going to be suffering as well because you really want to be social. But there's this conscience inside of you saying don't do it. Or there's these thoughts about maybe it's not safe. So you're like working all these elements out. I think you're trying to strategize and come up with a plan on how to get back out there and socialize. I also feel there's a lot of Aquariuses being the brave one and wanting to gather people together and be that leader and say, hey, everybody, we can fight this. We can do this. We can manage this together. And you might want to gather people a lot on social media. Aquariuses do a lot of gathering. They're like the shepherd dogs for the herd. Aquarius is the shepherd dogs telling everyone to gather. So Aquariuses can be a little bossy, but also inspiring. So you're trying to get people back out there. This could be a lot of public speakers. News anchors fall a lot into the energy of Aquarius. They make a lot of money, number one. Number two, they try to speak to a large group of people, which is very Aquarius, and they work in technology. And Aquarius loves working on technology, with technology also. So you'll see a lot of newscasters or radio voices and personalities, YouTubers, people that have their own channels in many different aspects and forms. They are definitely the leaders of groups, communities. They're the starters of Facebook communities, classes. They love to teach. So as you can imagine, Aquarius in isolation doesn't do well. But there might be some Aquariuses that are okay with all of this, as long as they can get out and speak to the world. But I do see a lot of loss of relationships. It may just be the connection, or it may be an actual loss. Okay, but we're going to see what's going on. Goddess of the Moon. This is coming up in a challenge kind of position for me, and it's saying to me, emotions are going to be a challenge this month. We do know that the moon is with Taurus right now. I'm sorry, the moon is with Venus in Taurus. I don't know why I said that. Anyways, but they are in Taurus, but the moon and Venus are together. And since we got the moon goddess, let's just dive into that for a minute. Number one, you're going to be craving a relationship. So Aquarius generally likes being independent, free from commitments, like constricting commitments is the best word. I do know Aquarius likes to be in close relationships, but Aquarius people are very independent. Even if they're married, they tend to be off on their own, going shopping, doing gardening on their own, speaking to other friends. Aquarius people always have a lot of friends. You know, my grandma is like that, and she's a Pisces in tropical, but she's totally Aquarius in every other aspect. She has tons of friends. She keeps in connection with friends. She is old, and she is still sending high notes and how are yous, and she's still reaching a lot of her friends and family. And she hates quarantine because she wants to visit them. She wants them to come visit her. She likes to just get in her car and just show up on people's doorsteps, you know, and just show up and say hi. And so that's Aquarius. So your moon right now is really on relationships, and this is relationships of all kinds, but especially a love relationship. You're going to have a strange desire to be in a commitment. So even though your normal self may be very independent and very open and outgoing and friendly, you may find yourself, Aquarius, really looking into wanting and desiring a commitment, a marriage of some sort. Just really wanting that companionship, the close companionship of an intimate partner. And this may be a challenge for you because it looks like you're very single. You feel very single to me, either by your own choice, or maybe someone left you, or maybe you're just a widow or a widower. But there's definitely this energy here of just being single. And, you know, even if you're not single, it's just, you sure look single. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, my spouse is, you know, doing his thing or her thing, but everyone else sees you as really outgoing. It's those kind of people that post pictures of them by themselves a lot. I had another friend named Calais, and she's always been in relationships, but every time she posts pictures on Facebook or anything, it's always just her, you know, doing a new makeup look, or wearing a new outfit, or driving around in her car, or you know, wearing the cute masks that she sews, or being with her kids or with friends. And a lot of us wonder, are you married or are you single? You know, but I know she's married, but you know, she posts a lot of things on her own, and for people that wouldn't know her would say, you know, I think you might be single. You know, if I didn't know you, you'd totally be single. And so it's putting off that vibe, you know what I mean? So you're either single or you're putting off a vibe like you are. I do think that either you or someone that loves you does not want this relationship over. I do think that this is not a new relationship you're desiring, but an old one, because community and walking away are both in reverse. This talks about a lost relationship or multiple relationships, and walking away in reverse talks about, I don't want to walk away. I would like to stay in this. And we have all tied up. So it's not quite ready to let go of a relationship, or, you know, not wanting to be separated from this person anymore. Let's see an outcome here. Let's see what's going on. This is totally Aquarius. We got the thinking woman. And if anyone is a thinking person, it is the sign of Aquarius, the thinker. You are the think tank, all right? If Pisces represents loss of energy, Aquarius is the full gain. So you're gaining, and you're gaining momentum here on ideas, thoughts, on where to put energy, not lose it. So you're really thinking about what you want to put your energy into. Maybe a project around the house, maybe this relationship, maybe teaching a class, maybe starting a movement, okay? Maybe really throwing yourself into business. I do see a lot of business ideas here with this. So whatever business you want to run, you're revamping it. And you know, Aquarius does a lot of that. Always regenerating ideas, revamping them is actually the right word. Revamping your ideas. It's like, I had a really good idea stuff, and it was cool, but I'm gonna change it up a little bit now. And so Aquarius likes to change things up. Never keeping things in the same beat. And I'm gonna read that for you. Maybe not, if I can't. Oh yeah, where's my book? So career-wise and outcome-wise, we have a female of wisdom and understanding. This card shows a woman holding a book, standing before a staircase, ready to lead you to higher understanding. This woman could be a friend who helps you, or a loved one that helps you process and understand your feelings, or your ideas. Or she could be a teacher brought to your life at this time to take you in a new direction. This could also be a new love interest with a woman who is thoughtful, conscious, and aware. Or like the thinking man, this card could represent a side of yourself, Aquarius, that's ready to blossom and bring clarity and assistance to the world. If so, find your voice and let your wisdom shine. I think it's a little bit of everything, honestly. I think that you're very open, you have ideas, you're changing, you're growing, you're ready to get out in the sunshine and be with people. Let's go ahead and get some more with the tarot. Let's learn a little bit more in detail about these energies for the sign of Aquarius. Okay. Wow. This is the opening up 2 cards in a row, both 10s in reverse. Interesting. 10 of Cups in reverse, 10 of Swords in reverse. Clarifying the walking away in reverse energy. All reverse. Can I just say family life is completely upside down? You may be very emotional right now about being cut off from family, cut off from friends. Okay? This is a time where tears are flowing. Very emotional, which is very unlike Aquarius, but you are very much in your moon energy. So part of your challenge is your emotions. And you're just completely tied up in them. This is a hard time for you. Now we have the Sun in reverse. Oh, good Lord. What is going on, Aquarius? You're just not happy. You're not happy being away from the sunlight. You're not happy being away from friends and family. You're just kind of pissed off that the whole world is caught up in this mess. And like I said, you might be taking the world's problems on like your own. And so this is not a time for you to just act like, oh, you know, no big deal. No big deal. No, it's a very big deal for you, Aquarius. A very big deal. This is not a time of peace for Aquarius. This is not a time of happiness for Aquarius. This is a time of sadness. And now we have Strength in reverse. Am I going to get any forward cards? Because what the heck? Yeah, they're all forward. I don't know why I keep getting these cards. A lack of control over your relationships. You are all tied up in your emotions. This is unusual for Aquarius. Usually you're the calm, clear, collected sign, and you want to just move on with life. You'll deal with the relationship, talk about the emotions, and move on. Right now you're experiencing a moment in time where you can't just do that. You have to really deal with your emotions. Oh, yes. Finally we get one upright. It's the Star card. That's a really good sign. Clarifying your challenging area, Goddess of the Moon. This is wish fulfillment. And Aquarius, this is your card. The Star card is represented by the sign of Aquarius. Notice she's bearing the water. So Aquarius, you are going to get your wish of overcoming this emotional period. You're going to have wish fulfillment for something that you deeply desire. I think it's relationships, but if it's a project or family and friend connections, it will be healed. If you're worried about a relationship that was broken, I think that you're going to have a healed relationship very soon. Again, look at this. The star represents Venus. Literally, the star card is a planet, not an actual star. It represents Venus, which is why it's a woman, Venus. So we have Venus and the moon, and that's the conjunction that they're both in the sign of Taurus. So I think it's safe to say that your relationship is going to be healed if it was damaged. And if you're looking for money, or you're looking for cash, like money in the bank, I think a blessing is coming in for you. You may have been a little tied up financially for some time, but finally the flow is going to be coming in. Money's going to be flowing in for you, and you have a lot of new ideas to create more wealth. So you're going to be having a lot of ideas on how to create money during this time. Ooh, we have the Six of Swords upright. Thank goodness, another upright card. This is moving on to calmer waters. Getting out of a tumultuous situation and just finding a way to peace. Getting on the other side. Leaving those rough waters, finally coming into calmer ones. This is a painful new beginning. Okay? So, and remember, I follow Vedic astrology, not tropical. Anyways, so with the Ten of Swords and Ten of Cups in reverse, with walking away, I feel like there's a family or friend situation that did have a separation and a breakup. You are going to have a new beginning. But right now at this time, your mind has been really circulating around this loss of connection, and you're really just not happy, but you will be. You've lost a lot of confidence also at this time. You do feel like this is one of the hardest times you've had to face. If you're going through an energy like the death of a spouse or the death of a family member, I can understand why you're so sad. Some of you guys may be experiencing a death of somebody that you loved very, very dearly. And that person could be a Leo, very strong Leo, also a Cancer, or a mutual air sign, Cancer, Pisces. I'm sorry, didn't mean to say that, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Anyways, if you are going through a loss of something like that, I do see healing and peace. It's been a very, 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 very hard time for you, but you're going to find some calmer waters. Things are going to move on for you, believe it or not. And there's going to be a great deal of tears, a great deal of healing. And you'll find some peace in the new freedom, and you'll find some peace in a new abundance that's going to be coming your way. Whenever the universe takes something away, they give something in return. So something may have been taken, but something is going to be given in return. Okay? And for those of you that didn't lose someone to a death, this is definitely just the energy of breaking up or not talking to someone, having a falling out, maybe a very, very big fight that broke apart the family. That person is thinking about you a lot as well, and I do see a fixing of the relationship or a mending of that. Whether it's an intimate relationship or family, there will be a mending of that, and we're going to move forward into the future here. I'm going to turn down the volume in the living room real quick. I'll be right back. Whoops. Okay. So anyways, we're we're gonna get back to this. So I feel like, let's clarify what's going on in the relationship sector over here. Let's learn a little bit more about what happened with that. Just to get a deeper look at what this could be. Okay, so in the relationship sector here, I am pretending and playing a role I hate, and I don't know how to stop. So Aquarius, this could be you, this could be your person. It's just that fake smile, that fake happy, that fake, you know, everything's fine, but it's not. I have already left that behind me. Aquarius, this could be you or someone saying they got over something, but no one really did. They were lying. We have keeping secrets, not telling you the truth and not telling you everything. There's more to the situation than meets the eye. Okay, so you have someone that just wants to keep those secrets, guys. Even if it's about someone that died. Maybe you learned that they were keeping some big secrets from you. You learned that they were not 100% honest in their life, and now they've passed and you've discovered something about them, and you're like, well, had I known that, you know. Maybe it's a little secret, like they had a secret credit card or something like that, spending on things you didn't know about, and you know, it's just finding out those things that you didn't always get the full picture. If it's in regards to your family, it could also be keeping secrets from your family. Aquarius, your family may not know something about you, you know, or maybe you don't know something about someone in your family, but there's definitely some fakeness, some mask wearing, and some hiding of truth, okay? I do feel like if you already discovered what that was in a relationship, you're done. You already left that relationship behind you, and maybe they want to come back. Maybe they are the ones that are wishing for you to be back in their life. And keep in mind, it is completely reversible, and that's totally possible. So if you did leave someone behind you because you discovered they were keeping secrets and you cut them off and ended the relationship and walked away, maybe they're the ones hoping, please don't leave, Aquarius. But I do feel like this person does care a lot about you, because we have the 10 of Cups. I mean, that's ultimate. Ultimate love, ultimate family. Let's see what's going on here. We have, you sparked something deep inside of me, ignition. So a lot of fire, a lot of passion, a lot of love here. Okay. Stripping down masculine beliefs comes out next. I think a masculine disappointed you. Okay, male or a female that's in a masculine energy. Maybe you're in this energy, male or female. But there's a masculine belief. What is a masculine belief? One, that men handle everything. You know, example, men handle the credit cards, men handle the bank account, men handle the bill paying, men handle the cars, men handle everything. And those are the beliefs that you had. And now you're stripping those down, because maybe you're realizing that you handed power over to someone that did you wrong. Okay, I don't see pentacles, so it may not be financial, but certainly in the secret sector, you know, where you thought you could trust a masculine energy and they've betrayed you in some way. Okay, and so there's ultimate betrayal here. And this is leading to a lot of sadness for you. Show me the all tied up with the sun card. All tied up with the sun. All tied up. Yeah, I finally see what I've done, new perspective. Or you finally see what they've done, you know. But you finally see, and that's where the sun is like, I'm very disappointed in what I saw. At the same time, you are so tempting, temptress. So you really love them. Even though you saw what they did, or you found out what they did, or Aquarius, this is you and someone found out what you did, there's still a lot of passion here. There's a lot of fire between the both of you, and it's so deeply inside of your hearts that even the most ultimate of betrayals can be forgiven, but it's very hard to do for you, Aquarius. The only way you would forgive anyone on your side, Aquarius, is if you really do deeply, deeply love them. And I think that you do. So for a lot of you, there's going to be some forgiveness. But I do feel, Aquarius, you've discovered some betrayal from a masculine that really disappointed you. And you do want to move on and have resolution and forgiveness with the Six of Swords. But it's going to take a little distance for sure. Just some clarity of mind. Bottom of the deck is, I just want to escape, mind altered. Okay, so a lot of you guys just want to move away from the energy, not get closer to it. Let's get this community and strength in reverse, which is the loss of a relationship very dear to you, or feeling isolated, like I said, not happy with the separation and feeling like your feelings don't matter, feeling like you're a little bit out of control. Okay, so it's hard for you to adjust to that. You know, you have such a fixed energy about you that's like, it is what it is. And so you want to accept reality. Sometimes reality is hard to accept. Interesting, you got fruition. Okay, strength, community in reverse yields fruition. So I think you took control of the situation, you know? You took control is really what this is. And you're like, look, I'm the sign of wealth. I'm the sign of luck. I'm the sign of gain. And you're claiming some kind of power. You're taking your power back with this harvest moon. It's like, yeah, my power's going to return to me. I may have handed over some power to you, which, by the way, was completely out of character for me, says Aquarius, but I'm taking it back. I saw what you did. I saw how you handled that, and not cool. I'm not going to deal with that anymore. If you want to continue anything with me, the ball's in my court. I'm going to take my power back, and I expect some restitution here, some kind of payback. You owe me, okay? So Aquarius is like, you owe me, okay? If you want to talk to me, if you want to get back in connection, what are you going to give me? Do you have something of offer? I want a contract, okay? Or I want a promise. Or I want to see some action and some physical results. This is very earthy. And so you're like, show me the goods, you know? Show me that you can fix this. Make it real for me so I can believe it. Because all talk is cheap. And I only believe reality here. So if you want to go ahead and establish a reconnection and a reconciliation in some way, show me that it's possible. And that's for relationships. Now, if it's the world as a whole, Aquarius, you definitely want to tell the world, look, I'm happy to go out in the community and stop being isolated and stuck at home, you know, all tied up at home. I'm ready to do that, but we need some real answers. Physical proof. Have you found any kind of remedy for this virus? Is there a cure? Is there a promise that we're not going to be affected if we leave the house? No, there's not. And so Aquarius is like, well, I guess I'm going to proceed cautiously. I will proceed, but cautiously. Be on guard. Life is not business as usual. Just because someone says the cord is cut, everyone can leave their house and get back to life. Aquarius is like, please use your brains. No, it's not. Just because the government wants to make the economy flow doesn't mean our health is not in jeopardy. And it's kind of like at your own risk. I saw a funny little meme. I think it was on Facebook. And it was from the Hunger Games. And she was like, may the odds be in your favor. And everyone leaving their houses after quarantine. And it's like the Hunger Games, right? May the odds be in your favor that you don't get sick or die, you know? And it's like, that's a huge risk. And Aquarius is like, it's serious. It's not something to joke about. A lot of Aquariuses are doctors and nurses, believe it or not. They're not the loving, sensitive, oh, let me hold you and cuddle you kind of nurses. But they're the nurses that really study medicine. They're the nurses that seem cold, but they're very intelligent. They know what they're talking about. You ever met those nurses when you go to the hospital that know every answer to every question you ask them, but just don't have that intimate touch, that loving touch? That's an Aquarius nurse or doctor. They're extremely intelligent. They're just not great at showing empathy. Okay, you know, they're great at showing off their intelligence and helping you figure out your problems, because Aquarius people love to solve problems and puzzles, and they love solutions. So Aquariuses are very good at that. It's just the affections that tend to be a problem for Aquarius. And so, believe it or not, like I said in the very beginning of this reading, Aquarius likes being in commitments that give them freedom so they don't have to be cuddly, cuddly, cuddly all the time. Aquariuses do well in long distance relationships, and Aquariuses do well for spouses that work long hours away from home, you know? So Aquariuses are fine with a commitment with minimal intimate effort. And you'll see a lot of Aquariuses, especially older women, that tolerate bullshit from younger guys, being out, not living with them, not being honest, cheating, whatever. I'm sorry to say, but they tend to tolerate it because they're okay with the distance. They're okay with long distance and minimal because they're off doing their own thing, making their own money, having their own house, having their own friendships, having their own lives. And the men that are Aquariuses, you know, also just usually if they pick a younger spouse, a female, it's because of status. They may find them attractive, inquisitive, or good for their life, but they don't want this close huggy hugs. I was getting a call. They may want someone that, you know, doesn't want kids, you know, just wants to have a relationship, someone to travel with, someone to see the world with, and someone to, you know, have coffee with and talk about plans. You know, and for the Aquariuses that are the same age, younger couples, they want to have a family, you know, they just want to get out there and create and get to work. They want to create a big home, a lot of wealth, a name for themselves, a reputation. They want to give their family the world. And that's a lot of Aquariuses too. They just want to show their family the world. What do you need? Okay, I'll be right back, guys. I have to get in videos. Mm-hmm. I got you a movie. I don't know why you want to change it. Videos, whatever. What videos do you want? Okay. Well, I'm looking at which one. Okay. Back to life. Oh, we're just going to move on with this reading. Where am I at? I don't know where I'm at. We're going to go ahead and go with the star and the moon. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify this energy for you guys. What kind of healing are we going to have? I'll use my herbal oracle. What kind of healing are we looking into? What kind of restoration and wish fulfillment for the sign of Aquarius? What are we moving into? Focus. So this is seeing things clearly. This is Brahmi, number 22. So a lot of synchronistic energy here with the 2-2. This might be partnership. 22 is partnerships. It's just union. It's togetherness. It's combining one energy with another. And so whenever the moon is with Venus in any placement, the moon is a sponge. The moon is empathic. So it absorbs usually water energy, but it represents flow and emotions. So the moon is with Venus. Right now it's going to absorb Venus's energy. It's going to change Venus a little bit. So the emotions are going to kind of overrun you at this time. Venus is still going to bring you money. Venus is still going to bring you wealth. and wish fulfillment. And Venus could still bring you a relationship, especially one from the past. But Venus is going to be subdue. Okay, it's like having a Venus that is under the influence. Secret desires. You know, Venus has a face, right, that it shows to the world, but it also has secret desires. And right now with the moon energy and the star, there's going to be some secret desires that are going to come to the forefront. And I think you're going to focus a lot on these secret desires. What is this? Is this travel? Is this a new relationship? Is this a new project? Is this a child? Is this a marriage? Is this, what is this secret desire? So let's just read about this though, with this focus, because whatever this is, you're really going to go after it. And I think you're going to get what you want. And it says, well, apparently it's so secret, I'm missing my page. It's not here. Number 22 is missing out of my book. What the heck? That is really weird. I've never been missing cards or pages. I have 19 and 23, but I'm missing 20 and 22. I'm missing a page from my book. I'm going to have to find it. I'm just going to go with the flow on this then. When you get focus, it means you're intently paying attention to what matters for you. This could be magical. This could be affirmations, visualizations, saying and speaking and living and breathing what it is you want. This is throwing yourself into some kind of a new desire, throwing yourself into homeschooling your children, throwing yourself into a new business. Okay, this is throwing yourself into art or throwing yourself completely into a connection or a commitment. This could also be throwing yourself completely focused into financials. You know, for a lot of you guys that aren't looking for relationship sectors of any kind of reading, it means you're really focused on career and money right now, and there's no detouring. This is a complete, clear, undistracted focus, and it's really important to you. It means a lot to you. And so this is going to be something that you're really going to take on as your baby. Okay, whatever this baby is, this is what's happening for you. And I just see you taking on a really positive role. I see patriarch energy also. So you could be leading the way. You could be the new patriarch. Let's go ahead and get a clarification now for the thinking woman and the Six of Swords. We're going to get an oracle here. What is a confirmation of the Six of Swords energy for Aquarius? Show me this new energy. We got 3. I'm just going to go ahead and take them. First one is real love. Loved you once, love you still. Always have, always will. Definitely the return of someone in the past. There was someone that you've always loved or always loves you, and you guys are going to have a reconnection. The Six of Swords is reconnecting and moving on together and really thinking about what love is like and what you can do to make this love better. So that's a really positive outcome there for you. The next one is glory. Put yourself out there. So you're not afraid. You're really open. You're like, look, if I'm going to go for the glory, I'm going to go for it. I'm not going to trip, stumble, and skip on the way. I'm going to book it. I'm going to run for glory. I'm going to run for wish fulfillment. I'm going to really put myself out there, even if I'm all by myself, and inspire the world and inspire people. Aquarius, you're going to start inspiring people to leave their homes and risk it all. Just take a risk, leap of faith. Let's move on into this crazy world with whatever's going on around us, bravely but cautiously. Let's move on, and we have to take this step into greatness. We have to take the step to get back into the community, back into our businesses, back into our families' lives. Yes, things are going to change. You know, with these 2 10s in reverse, things are going to be different. They're never going to be the same, but we're going to step into this together, and you're going to lead the way, and it's a very difficult new beginning though, okay? But it's exciting for you because you're leading, Aquarius. The next one is shielded. God's rejection is his protection. And so you're very protected. You're shielded. And I think your positivity and your optimism is going to really give you guys a new beginning, a very happy, protected energy. So I just want to say, if you guys are going to be leading the way into getting the world back out there, a lot of you guys are protected by faith, okay? It's like you do have a shield. And just keep in mind, whatever you can't touch, whatever you can't attain or get to, it's protection for you. It's not a rejection. So if there's something you want that you're not attaining, just keep that in mind. And I think you do. I think you know that with the thinking woman. I think you know for a fact that if something's being told no, it is absolutely just for your better good, okay? Let's go ahead and get a fortune cookie oracle for you for the sign of Aquarius. Whoa, okay. It's definitely that one, obviously. Woke. Spiritual awakening is upon you, and you are just aware and awake. You know what's going on in this world. You're making sure you're up to date on all the most important facts. You make sure that you're following the correct pieces of information to teach others. You are trusting your intuition. You are very aware, eyes wide open in every situation. Woke about your relationship, which you found out some secrets on. Woke about the world. You're just feeling very aware. And you're not going to let anyone take advantage of you or fool you. You're very in your own powerful energy here. So that's a really good vibe. We're going to go ahead and end this reading here for Aquarius with a Elquay Oracle. Let me make sure I have my book first. Yeah, I do. Okay. So we're just going to end this for you, Aquarius, with some lasting advice from the universe about your energy. What the universe thinks is most important to share with Aquarius. And we have Kamala. She who emerges, enlightenment, mindfulness, and rising up. Again, there you are leading the way, emerging from isolation, emerging from quarantine, emerging from a dark night of the soul, leaving a hard and difficult energy, going into the light, even as difficult as it may be, wide awake, standing up, rising up, being that leader. Okay? And let's read this. Okay. This is the physical embodiment of the lotus. And remember, the lotus grows in mud. It goes through some real dark crap before it becomes a lotus. With her feet sunk firmly into the mud, she rises up clean and pure. From her hands, the lotus blossoms and tumbles back into the mud, where it will regenerate once again. Kamala's gaze is on the flower held aloft in her hands. This is a time of mindfulness. We learn to give complete focus to one thing at a time. Her enlightenment comes with Kamala that realizes, like the lotus in her hand, she too will eventually return to the womb of the earth. Living a thoughtful life takes full engagement of self. The message of this card is to become present. Aquarius, the future and the past are neither here nor there. Imagine yourself to be a sacred lotus rising from the mud. Know the value of your growth as you emerge into the person you're supposed to be. Worrying what is to come withers you. Regret over what has been demolished will hold you back. Open to being born in this moment is needed. Follow a deep breath into your body. Feel how air permeates your being, and enlightenment comes as you come known to the present moment. So yeah, and this past was really shitty. I mean, you just went through some dark times. A lot of you guys, death. You know, you dealt with the death of someone. It took a lot out of you. You dealt with the ending of a relationship. Took a lot out of you. Dealt with the loss of a lot of money or frustration in a business or financial situation. Wiped you out. You lost all energy and you felt stuck and you were in a very dark place. But now you have a new perspective on things. You're going to let go of control and just live in the moment. You're not going to worry about this. You're not going to really be focused on the future. You're just going to be focused on one thing at a time right now. A lot of you guys are going to put your love and focus into work, and some of you guys, family and community. But whatever it is, you're not going to spread you're not going to put too much on your plate. Okay, you're only going to put one thing on at a time as you move forward. Just one day at a time, one foot in front of the other. So that's your general energy. But just to wrap up your relationships, because a lot of you follow me for love, there is someone that wants to come back with you and be with you. And if they have found their way back into your life, know that God is giving you glory, that the universe is giving you glory to give you this opportunity. And if it wasn't for you, it would not be presented, because there would be a rejection for your protection if it was not for you. Okay? If there's been a new opportunity with the Star card, it's for a reason. So maybe that's just something to ponder on. Okay? All right, so that is your reading, Aquarius. Thank you so much. That was a long one. Oh my gosh, I did not intend to. Okay, we're going to move forward. All right. Okay, let's move on into the sign of Pisces. Okay, so now 51 minutes, we're getting into the sign of Pisces. And I'm going to start with a new deck. Pisces, you're all about releasing the old. Okay, releasing the old, welcoming the new. It's all about letting things go. It's about isolation. Like I said, Pisces does very well in isolation. Please check your sun, moon, rising, Venus, Jupiter, Mars, and your 7th and 10th house. Never just follow tarot blindly on a sun sign, especially if the only thing you follow is tropical. You're following tarot the wrong way. Okay? All right, so let's see what's going on with Pisces. Show me what's going on with Pisces. First energy, clouds. Your head is up in the clouds. Mystical. A lot of dreams, a lot of hopes, a lot of emotions, a lot of ideas. You are super creative right now. You know, because the moon and Venus are together in Taurus, 2 signs away from you. Well, 3 signs actually away from you. You're cultivating ideas about creation of money, creation of relationships also, how to attain that. So you have a lot of ideas on that, and I think you're really focused on that. Also spirituality, you definitely want to probably decorate with clouds. I'm feeling that some people want to decorate with clouds. Maybe you have clouds with little angels on them. Maybe you want to paint clouds in your room. Maybe you just want a warm cloud-like picture with stars and clouds. I don't know where I'm going with that, but I feel like there is a cloud decor theme for some people, and you just want to feel this peace and safety in the upper ethers. You just want to feel relaxed, okay? And so I think that right now you're very imaginative. You're very much in your own energy, and you just want to be yourself right now. And your most comfortable place is in your mind. So in your mind, in your emotions, that's your safe haven. That's your favorite place to be. And so I really just feel like this is a time of peace, and this is a time of happiness for you. You have some kind of comfort. Matthew, keep it down. I'm working. So this is a time of placement, and this is a time of joy, I honestly feel. We have an omen. Okay, an omen is coming. There's signs. Maybe the geese flying in a V is a sign. You're going to get a vision or a sign, something in your home, because we're looking from the inside of a window. So you're going to be given a sign inside your house of something to come, a vision or a prophecy even. Also ducks. I don't know if you're seeing geese or ducks. That may be a sign. Geese or ducks are going to give you a sign of prosperity or guidance, or that someone's with you. I feel like maybe there's someone that's passed on that is with you. And maybe you saw those geese or ducks the day they died, or short prior to the time they died. I feel like if you did, that's a sign. Something also with Canada. Maybe there's a connection with Canada. Isn't a goose or a geese something to do with Canada? I don't know. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe some kind of a connection. Also, windows are going to be a sign or an omen. You might see something through a window that's going to give you a sign. There's definitely a sign coming. Show me something else for Pisces. Smoke, prayers. Needing to sage your home is also really important right now. Saging your home is going to be ideal. I think you're going to be decluttering, and then you're going to go through your house and sage it. The next one is dreams, incubation. Again, just dreams are really big for you. I think you're having dreams every single night. Maybe dreams of Egypt, maybe dreams of a past life, maybe dreams of loved ones that have passed on, the afterlife. You're going to be having some very heavy hitter dreams. You might also, with clouds and dreams, be up till sunrise. Look at that window. It looks like sunrise. A lot of you guys may be staying up till sunrise. And you're like, what the heck? You don't understand it. Show me what's going on. Show me the challenge here for Pisces. Runes, perception. You're not understanding something. There's something you haven't put your finger on. You haven't solved. There's a piece to the puzzle. This is definitely like tarot runes do tell your future. It is about perception. It's about reading the signs, reading the omens. Something's trying to tell you something. I know that's like vast, but somebody or something's trying to give you a sign. And you're like, okay, all right, what the hell is the sign? You know, or maybe you know it's a sign, but what does it mean? And so you're just getting these messages and you're like, Jesus, what is this meaning? I keep having a repetitive dream, or I keep seeing these signs, or there's a deep connection. What does it mean? And so kind of like Jack in The Nightmare Before Christmas, he was trying to research Christmas, and he's like, what does it mean? What does it mean? And he's doing all these experiments, right? On Christmas. And he's like, what is all this? Oh, I can't put my head on it. And he stayed up all night doing experiments. So there could be a lot of you guys just trying to figure out what the hell this person's trying to tell you from the other side. A lot of you guys may be visited from a spirit, okay? And you don't know if it's malefic or nice, you know? You don't know. And you're just like, you know, are you benevolent? Are you malefic? You know, what do you want? Okay? And you're asking because you're just like, okay, I know you're here. I know there's an energy here. You're not hurting me, but you're making yourself known. So what do you want? And you're trying to get those answers. You want to know what they're trying to tell you. And I love you. And if it's just in dreams, like you're just having dreams of someone, you're like, I love seeing you, but you're not saying anything. Maybe you just see them. Or maybe they're speaking in code and you're like, well, what are you talking about? But again, it's just this investigative work. So we have the Chariot upright with the clouds. And look at, there's clouds. I told you. Clouds, that's just there's an omen right there. There's an omen. That doesn't just happen for no reason. There's definitely something in the clouds. Some of you guys may have gotten visions in the clouds before someone passed or when something was going to happen. We have the Three of Swords in reverse. This is trusting your instinct on when to avoid a heartache. There's omens. Omens on how to avoid heartache is what I'm hearing. Maybe how to avoid a health scare. Maybe you've listened to an omen and you know what? That's a sign. I better watch what I'm eating. The other day I did a premonition where I said, I don't know what sign it was for, but I was like, get Bayer aspirin, drink water, take it easy. There's some heart issues going on. So this may be, just a warning that you've avoided it. You've avoided it. You've prayed. You've minded it. You've gotten control of the situation. You're victorious. You've avoided a wreck. You've avoided an accident. You've avoided some kind of an ailment. A lot of you guys avoided a heartbreak. A lot of you guys avoided a heart attack also. But you've avoided something. And if there is someone coming in your dreams, I think they're telling you to avoid something. That's just my take on it. They may be giving you signs about something and they're trying to help you avoid a disaster. We have the Four of Cups with smoke. Prayers. This is unhappiness that needs cleansing. This is prayers on how to heal your heart from a rejection. Pisces, you feel rejected, okay? And I don't know if this is current or this is ancient or this is in this lifetime, but a long time ago. But Pisces, you're definitely dealing with some kind of rejection. You feel rejected here. And you feel like your love is unappreciated. And so you're trying to release the anxiety about this. With dreams, we have the High Priest. Very spiritual dreams, or dreams about someone that's very religious. Maybe you had a very strict grandfather that was very Catholic. Or maybe you had, someone that was very Baptist or Buddhist or something. And they've passed and they're trying to give you a meaning in your dreams through crosses or through a lotus or through a golden pendant. They're trying to show you something. And the only way they know how is through some kind of religious message. It's also okay, so there's a message, as above, so below. That whatever's going on after you die also happens here on this earth. If we are learning and growing on this planet, our soul is learning and growing in the astral. If we are aging down here, we are aging up there in different ways. We may be aging physically down here, but we are aging emotionally and mentally as far as consciousness up there. There is age. There is a growth, is what I'm hearing. It's not, how do you say, like just so vast where there's no growth. There is growth. There is maturity. There's also status. I feel like when you pass, there's status. You're either going to be doing A, B, or C, or something else. There is status and levels. Also, I feel there's a dream within a dream. I feel someone had a dream and they woke up in that dream, but they were still dreaming. So they were dreaming that they were dreaming is kind of the feeling I get. And that can be scary because if you wake up and you can't breathe and then you're still in a dream, it makes it worse. And I just feel like there's a world within a world and your dreams are very deep. And I also am hearing that it doesn't take you very long to dream. You can start dreaming within 2 to 3 hours of sleep. And I'm saying that because I think a lot of you only get 4, maybe 5 hours of sleep. And within that short period of time, you've had a very immense dream. Obviously deep in your REM sleep, but I feel like dreams come easily. And for the past 3 days, there's been significant dreams. Significant. And I think you can still remember them, but some of them are faint if you don't pay attention to them, but you still remember the feelings of them and they stood out. These last 3 nights of dreams stood out from the rest. And you're wondering what this means. What does this mean, staff? Again, the perception. Let's get some more clarification. We have justice. Okay, so if you want me to clarify what some of these dreams mean for you here, and you're seeking the runes or the tarot, it is saying that justice is yours, justice is coming. Karma, reaping what you're sowing. What you do comes back to you. Also judgment. Legal matters could be a big part of your life right now, Pisces. But it's an understanding of karma. A lot of us don't understand karma. A lot of us have this sick relationship with karma where we think, you know, karma is just a punisher for the good. A lot of us believe karma comes in for the innocent and strikes the bad. And we've been brought up to have this sick belief that that's what karma is. It's to make the bad be punished, or bad behaviors be punished. But karma is good as well. And karma brings good karma, rewards for the good. Karma does not punish. Karma simply gives what's been given out. It's a boomerang effect, and it always returns. Even the law of attraction is a lot like that. It returns what you give out. Now, we are born with a specific karma. We have a dharma, and usually that's with your sun sign, okay? Your sun sign will show you what you're put on this earth to do, and you have no choice. Everyone, oh, free will, God can't even, somebody had a stupid comment, God can't even mess with free will. Has no, oh no, somebody said God has no power over free will. It's ridiculous. Obviously there's influences. Obviously there's towers. Obviously there's karma. So yes, we can have all the free will we want, but there's always a payback. You don't just get to choose whatever you want and that's it. So karma comes in to be like, look, you can either have A or B. You know, it is your choice, but there is options. You don't get to, you know, make it that simple. You do get free will. What path would you like to choose? You're born on a path. And so your sun sign shows you your path. Pisces, if you're a sun Pisces, your path is releasing, letting things go. That is your dharma. Your dharma is to exert yourself into something. Maybe it's family. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's a career. Okay? Your karma is to put yourself into that and really throw a lot of your energy there, most of your life there, and release any pain associated with it. To let go of resentments. Example, Pisces, if you were, maybe you had a child early in life, let's say 16, you know, just example, and you spent all your life taking care of children. Maybe you have a Pisces in the 4th house, you know, and your sun is there. And that means that your life is exerted into your children. And maybe you had a child at 16 and then one at 20 and then one at 25 and so on. And your child, you know, raising children well into your 50s. And so all your life has been child rearing. And that's your karma. That's your dharma, is to be the mother. You know, for men, it could be, you know, the same, providing a home, raising children alone, being a single dad, you know, and that's just an example. That's just an example. But like I said, your sun sign is going to show you where you don't have a choice. You're birthed here to deal with a situation, and it doesn't matter how much free will you have. You were put here to deal with something. Maybe you were put here to deal with the sick. Maybe you were put here to deal with children. Maybe you were put here to learn about money and go through a lot of financial ups and downs. Whatever it is, that is your karma and dharma. That is what you have to deal with. There's no way around it. Yes, you have a lot of free will and choices on what you're going to do with your life, but ultimately you are reborn here with a purpose. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, you have free will, but you were still put here to deal with something. There's no way to avoid that. Those situations are always going to find you. And it's your choice on where you're going to go with that. And that is as above, so below learning. So that's just an example, you know. Always look 12 from 12. So the house before Pisces is clearly Aquarius. Where is your Aquarius in your chart? That's going to show what you have to release and let go of. You know, example, Pisces is in the 9th house. Then Aquarius is in your 8th. Let's say you have the sun in the 8th house in Aquarius. That means that you will financially have a lot of ruin. Okay? You'll always be striving for more money, but you will have a lot of financial ups and downs. Okay? A lot of financial loss, a lot of financial frustration, a lot of divorce, and a lot of death. And let's say you go over here, sun in the 9th house, with the energy of gain. So let's say if you have Pisces in the 9th house, then that means you're going to win. Your karma is good. Your karma is lucky. That means that you're going to gain money. This is a vast difference between sun in the 8th house right there, which is bankruptcy, and then sun in the 9th house, which is winning the lotto. Do you see the difference, what your karma is? 9th house placements are very lucky. If anybody has strong 9th house placements, you're very lucky. Very lucky. If you have a Venus in the 9th house, you're extremely lucky. Like, you are just spoiled rotten, man. You will be given a lot. Maybe after the age of 36, yes, but you will be given a lot. So you want to look at where, you know, you're going to have rises and losses, you know, because 12th house is loss. And I know we're focusing on Pisces, not the 12th house, but I just wanted to talk about your house, Pisces. Your house represents the loss of things. And your house represents enlightenment. Because what happens when someone goes bankrupt? Have you seen Ayanla Save My Life? Well, I'm sure you have. She lost everything. Her show, her money, she got bankrupt. She was really poor at one time. She had a terrible poor life anyways, then had a big gain and then a loss. That's karma. She's rising back up again. But do you see you find yourself in that loss? You may have never known yourself in poverty, and you found yourself in your gain, but you even more found yourself in the loss of everything you gained. You start to appreciate the little things. You start to realize what's important. This is moksha. This is awakening, right? And so this is why, Pisces, you're so spiritual. You show people who they really are in their loss. You know, husbands and wives discover something new about themselves in the loss of a partner. Husbands and wives find something new about themselves through divorce. They realize who they are and who they want to be and how they're going to, you know, have a relationship better in the future. I've met a lot of men and women who've had divorces, and they realize if they would have been doing something differently, that marriage could have worked. But they wouldn't have known that unless they went through the divorce. So people that are divorced are actually better spouses because they go through trials and tribulations and they understand themselves much better. And, you know, the same with children. You know, people that have lost children value family much more than they ever did. You know, maybe they always valued family, but so much more now that they lost someone precious to them. And they value their mother, their sister, their brother, their cousins even, just everybody. Their other children, they value them so much more because of that loss. It's profound. And it's probably the worst thing that could happen to someone on this planet. But let's just say Pisces is in the 5th house with an afflicting planet, malefic, like Rahu, you know? That would be terrible. That could definitely be the loss of children. Ketu. Ketu or Rahu, mostly Ketu. South Node. With Pisces in the 5th house, it's definitely the loss of something with children. If it's not the loss of a child, it's the loss of relationship with the children. The severing. the severing or the distance. You know, some parents experience their kids moving to a completely different country and they never see them again. Or they see them every 20 years, you know. It's like that, you know, there's a huge loss. But I'm not going to focus on that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry I went into astrology there. I really want to focus on your reading, and I just want to say, this is, guys, can I just say, I have a Pisces moon. Do you see how I drifted off? I lost track of my reading, was all into astrology and blah, blah, blah. Do you understand that's what Pisces does? And I have Pisces moon in Vedic, which is my mind and my emotions, which clearly wander, you know, and you get into deep thought. And you start asking all these questions and going in one thing to the next and one thing to the next, and it spirals out of control. So Pisces tend to be, you know, they fantasize, they drift off. You know, Pisces, you do have a tendency. And don't tell me you don't, because every single spouse of a Pisces will say, hallelujah, amen, you named it. Pisces always drifts off in conversation. They don't pay attention to what I'm saying. They're listening, but they're not listening, you know, because Pisces is always, you know, wondering and pondering new things, and, you know, they're off in space, you know. And so anyways, believe me, everyone that's ever married a Pisces will say the Pisces is neither here nor there. You don't know when the Pisces is listening or the Pisces is not, and just staring at you like they're listening. I mean, we wander. We are the two fish. We swim off into deep thought and emotions. So Pisces has the tendency to go there. Pisces has a tendency to just be deep like that. Yeah, I did a Dory. You're so cute. Who is that? Patrice, she did a Dory. Thank you. I think that is so Pisces. No wonder my channel is just keep swimming. I have a fascination with Dory. I forget shit and I wander off. Damn, that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Anyways, let's focus. Let's focus here. Pisces, back on track with your reading, okay? Clearly, your head is in another place. You're grounded here physically, but your astral body and your mind is up, really up, just out there. You're really into dream states. You're really into spirituality right now. You're really paying attention to the omens. When the wind blows, you feel something. You know something's there. When you see a shadow across the room, I know it. There's an energy here. There's a being. What is this? Who is this? You just sense it. You know, your psychic abilities, your intuition is really on point. And I think a fire would do you some good. Maybe a little fire pit or a little chimenea or a little fire outside under the stars would give you some peace and some grounding and some clarity. Just the crackling of the fire and the healing energy of the smoke, and even writing something down and burning it. You're very good at that, Pisces. It's about release. You know, a lot of you guys have to deal with this pain in this lifetime of releasing things that mean a lot to you, but I think that you're ready to do it. Death. Some of you guys have a fear of death. Some of you guys are transforming right now and you don't know what to do and what you're going to become. You're just changing, transforming. And you have to let your old self die, you know? Whoever I was, I am no more. And it's like having a ceremony of like a funeral of your old self. Maybe you might want to write that down. And you might want to write down who you once were. And thank you for that experience. Or what you once had. Maybe you had Joe and he was great. And you loved Joe so much. And you and Joe had a beautiful love, and then you had a lot of shit happen, and you've been having a hard time getting over Joe. And now it's a time to write all that shit down and say, I release you, Joe. I release you. Just an example. You know, there's the clock, which is an omen. It's time. It is time to release this energy. Whoever you were, whoever you loved, whatever you did, whatever happened, we really have to let it go. For some people I know that are struggling with heartache from abuse at a very young age as a child. We have that coming up. And a lot of Pisces people suffer abuse as children. That's just part of a Pisces karma. You do suffer a lot of abuse at the hands of other people, which is usually physical, but it can be mental, okay, or even verbal. But a lot of Pisces suffer abuse, mistreatment. And at the very least, I've seen a Pisces be mistreated by their parents, but not their spouse, or by their spouse, but not their parents. But I see a lot of Pisces get mistreated, even taken advantage of, because Pisces people are overgiving. Why? Because their karma is about giving. All Pisces give, overgive. They overgive money, they overgive clothing, they overgive food, they overserve your plate, they overgive affection, they overgive attention. They also overgive thoughts to an old energy. They overgive themselves to the past. They overgive themselves to relationships. That's Pisces. You are overgivers. And then you hurt yourself. And now it's about releasing not only what you've done that hurt your own self, but releasing the energy of people that hurt you. And so I recommend that if someone hurts you in some way, write their name and what they did on a piece of paper today. I'm serious. Get yourself a little piece of paper, write down their name and what they did. If you have more than one, then you better get busy. You better get them all on there. That's your homework tonight, Pisces. Write down these people's names, what they did to you, and what you've still been holding on to. Because you're trying to be shown in your dreams that it's justice time, but we have to release. Burn that paper, whether it's outside in a bonfire or just with a lighter and a match, in a pan, and you release it in the wind, or just on a plate. And you release it, but burn it, let it turn to ash, and release it. It's a time to let that go and be reborn with this death and transformation. I have the five of swords, which is a struggle. It's a struggle to overcome this. It's been a struggle for a long time in your life, but you are going to have victory over it, but you must claim victory over it verbally. I have the Seven of Cups, which is dreams, fantasy, and ideas, opportunities, doors opening. Burning something that hurts you is going to give you a new opportunity and a new door into a new life. King of Swords, I love it. This is knowing and doing. This is taking charge of your life, not tolerating any shit anymore. This is not being the doormat, not being the overgiver, not being the unheard, but being heard. Speaking your real life into existence. You could be strongly dealing with a Libra, maybe an Aquarius or a Gemini also. But Scorpio is coming in, Taurus is coming in, Cancer is coming in also. But what is going on for you is I'm going to speak up. I'm not going to let that person rule me anymore. It's a time for fairness. And I deserve justice in all ways that it can come in all ways. And I deserve to be heard. And I deserve the world to know whatever I want them to know. My voice matters. A lot of Pisces struggle with feeling their voice is not important. You'll meet a lot of Pisces people that think their voice is quiet, not very outspoken, underappreciated, not looked at seriously. A lot of Pisces people think that when they speak or say something, people just don't take them seriously. And so there can be a buildup of frustration for you guys about being heard, about your voice mattering. And a lot of that does stem from an inner child. It really does. Because inner children, when Pisces are young and they're in school, they tend to be either one of two things. The straight A student that puts everything they've got into school and they are just a total nerd. They love school. Or B, they're the social butterfly. They're the ones that don't pay attention in class. They're the ones that are looking at the sky outside the window when the teacher's talking in the schoolroom. They're the ones that are just disconnected from school. And so they've had this strong, you know, sense of self-doubt. And the ones that do really well in school, they're not appreciated at home. Because remember their loss. Whatever they whatever energy the Pisces puts into, they're underappreciated because the 12th house is right before them. So they're always going to be suffering because everything they put their energy into, it gets lost. And so you'll find people that are really good at school that their parents don't care if they make an A or an F. They don't even ask about their homework. They don't care what they look like when they go to school. You know, they don't give a damn. And Pisces will experience that. That whatever they put their energy into, that person doesn't give a damn. A Pisces can throw themselves into raising children and being the best mom or dad on the planet. And their spouse could not care less. There's just no acknowledgement. There's no, you've done above and beyond. Thank you, Pisces. It's just, oh, glad you're doing your job. It's just under the radar. You know, Pisces always feel under the radar, unnoticed, and unrequited. Pisces get frustrated because they may overgive to someone. Maybe you'll go out and buy someone a whole new wardrobe. Or you'll let them live at your house, and all you get is, oh, thanks. Or, that's what's up, man. You know, and you're like, really? After everything I did, that's what I get? Just cool? Or thank you? Like, no, wow, you did above and beyond, Pisces. Oh my God, tears. You know, Pisces love theatrics. Pisces loves when people get over emotional and overthinking. That just makes them feel appreciated. They love someone to exert themselves into a thank you, because Pisces is an overexerter. So when you overexert, you expect that gratitude in return. And when you don't get it, you know, it hurts you. And that's why a lot of Pisces can be the wallflower. A lot of Pisces can feel underappreciated and disrespected a lot of the time, or unheard or unimportant. And so you see a lot of that in the sign of Pisces. And until a Pisces can overcome their shy, hidden energy, they'll be stuck in a vibe like that. You know, believe it or not, I used to be really, really shy. I would hide behind my mom's leg. I wouldn't say hi to anyone. When I was in school, I didn't say hi to anyone. I just wanted to be by myself. People had to come to me. I was so shy. I just didn't have a voice. And I just felt like my needs didn't matter. My parents were divorced, and I was always worried about their feelings because they were at war with each other, and I was in the middle of it, and I was always worried about my dad's feelings, my mom's feelings. Their voices were important. Their feelings were important. Mine wasn't, because I didn't get to choose where I wanted to be. I didn't get to choose what needed to be said. I didn't get to choose anything. Everything was chosen for me. I had to go here on the weekend period, and I had to be here in the week period, and I had to do what I was told period. And, you know, there was just no freedom. And so I think when a child grows up super restricted, they while out. And I did have a whiling out period. You know, and I did leave home when I was almost 16. And so the energy there is, again, just finding your voice, because for many, many years you may not have it. And even if you're older and you're going through this in a marriage with the high priest, where you feel restricted, like you have no voice, you're really struggling. I am one of the lucky ones. I found my voice, you know, in my 30s. I found my voice. But there are some women and men that still haven't found their voice in their 60s, 70s. They still haven't found their voice, you know, and this needs to come out. And so I just get the energy of reach for the stars. Let this part of you die. There's a Pisces that may be listening too much to a husband or a wife that may be very domineering. Someone that is like, it's my way or no way. And that must die. because your voice really does matter. Your opinions aren't stupid. They're not flighty. They're not, they're not insignificant. Your thoughts are deep. Your thoughts are wise. And people think that because Pisces may drift off into la la land with the clouds and the smoke, all your dreams just go up in smoke because no one validates your beliefs. No one validates your ideas. But they are important. And this is a time for you to stand out and say, I am validated. My beliefs and feelings and verbalizations matter. And I am not the dumb bunny that you think I am. I am very smart. I am intelligent. I am wise. I am super intuitive. I am a supernova. I have the power of the universe, as above, so below, where someone may only have power below. You know, a lot of people just are very earthbound. They just don't have the higher forms of thinking, which is spiritual. And a Pisces is blessed to have a very spiritual point of view, a very ethereal, astral perspective, as well as an earthly perspective. So let your voice be heard. It's time to speak up and change and let that mouse go. There's a mouse inside of you that needs to go and a lion that needs to be reborn in its place. And that's something I'm feeling here for Pisces. Let's get some additional cards here for your reading. Stress, anxiety also may be bothering a Pisces right now, where you might be feeling overwhelmed. Overwhelmed emotionally can take a lot of toll on your body. Don't forget that. Okay, so we have boundaries. And it's in reverse, which says you have a lack of boundaries. There's people that have been running circles around you. There's people that do not have healthy boundaries. They have disrespected you and you've allowed it. Maybe on accident. I'm not saying you allowed it on purpose, but you haven't done anything about it. You know, and Pisces is funny because you'll take so much, but when you can't take any more, it's like explosion. The supernova, it's like the black hole, you know. No stopping a Pisces when they've exploded. When a Pisces has exploded, no one gives more to that emotional, theatrical outburst of pain and anger than a Pisces. A Pisces is an atomic bomb because they release everything. You ever met a Pisces that didn't completely go off after they couldn't take anymore? And that's Pisces. It's like you will take and take and take and take and take, and then boom, you can't take no more, and boom, explosion. And so there's just these boundaries. If you want to stop yourself from having these explosions, it's about creating healthy boundaries. No, you will not continue to tell me what to do in this aspect like a child anymore. If you do that, I will remove myself from the situation. Or stop right there. I'm sharing my thoughts with you and you're not listening. You think what I'm saying is stupid. You think what I'm saying has no weight. Or I'm not intelligent enough to have an idea here. And stop right there, because I'm not going to continue the conversation with you if that's how you're going to be. And so it's about establishing those boundaries, whoever they are. And even work, children, you name it, dogs, cats. You know how many Pisces that let their dogs run them? Too much. But this is about you will no longer take advantage. And that's what I see here is establishing healthy boundaries for Pisces. So it's a time to surrender your overgiving and surrender your mousy voice for that lion. I also see a lot of you guys getting into yoga. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I wish I could do that. So maybe getting into yoga, maybe working on your body physically. And look at that, the clouds. See, I'm noticing the omens, Pisces, a lot of clouds. Yes, clouds. More clouds. There's a reason why these clouds came up first in your reading. There's going to be signs in the sky for you. Even the High Priest says, as above, so below in the clouds. So there's going to be some signs outside, guys. Maybe get out today, maybe see some signs. Maybe you'll see some pictures in the clouds or something in nature. Maybe you're just going to be in deep thought, in deep imagination. But I do see a very big transition for the sign of Pisces. Finding your voice, finding your inner lion. And decluttering is very big for you also right now, Pisces. Decluttering your home, and I also feel like packing up crap. Not only are you packing up crap from your past, but packing up crap in your house. You know, old dishes you don't need anymore, old socks and clothes that don't fit. Why are you hanging on to them? You know, old shoes that you've had since 1983. I don't know. you know, old maternity clothes that you're never gonna wear again. You know, probably not. So it's just like, I gotta let it go, man. And so there's a lot of that decluttering and just taking care of cleaning things. This is purifying. We talked about the lotus earlier, wherever that was. No, that was an Aquarius. But it's a lot like that. It's purification. So you're purifying your life. With the smoke, that's purification. I see a clean energy, a clean, fresh start, and a clean new beginning. A lot of you guys are going to have a clean house, top to bottom. Pisces is really good at detailed cleaning with a toothbrush, with Windex, both sides of the windows, dusting the tops of doors, cleaning and disinfecting door handles, painting, repainting the stairway rails, repainting the walls, repainting the potted plants for outside, like the pot, repainting a deck. It's just purification, starting fresh. And I just see Pisces starting fresh. You may be wanting to get out of a cluttered, dark area and moving into the light. I feel like if you are definitely ready to move with the Chariot, now's the time to move. Move out, move on, move to a new place. There's going to be some happiness. If you guys are moving to a new house, you're going to have a house with a lot of windows. I see a lot of windows where you get to see the clouds in the windows. Maybe you'll have a view. Maybe you'll just have a great room with like 20 windows in the big great room. But I see a lot of windows. Maybe even a sunroom or sunlights. But I feel like you're just going to get a lot of that sunshine in, which is very healing. So a lot of windows for you. Maybe a lot of you guys are just opening up your windows, letting the air in, letting the sun in. I see a lot of that going on. Organization is also happening for you, just decluttering and organization. So here we have Divine Feminine, fertility and the birth of desire. So this is a new beginning, and the orchid is very purifying. Ultimate Divine Feminine energy with the orchid. And this represents rebirth, renewal. The orchid symbol is really just high Divine Feminine energy that represents fertility in something that you want, something that you desire, okay? And so whatever it is you're seeking, Pisces, it's going to come to fruition. 100. Let's get an oracle for Pisces. Male or female? Because you can be a male in a Divine Feminine energy. You know how many men I've known that are super clean freaks? I mean, they are cleaner than the wife or cleaner than their husband, you know what I mean? Some of the men are way more stay-at-home dads, way more house cleaners than the wife. The wife takes on the masculine role, which may be working outside the home or sitting around and not doing very much. And the masculine is out doing the lawn work, doing the grocery shopping, doing the cleaning, doing the child rearing, doing the school stuff, and that's hard. And Pisces, again, like I said, your energy is exertion. Pisces throws themselves into things, and a lot of Pisces lose themselves. They lose themselves to their careers, they lose themselves to their wives or husbands, and they lose themselves to their children. Pisces just lose themselves, and that's part of your karma. But this is about getting your voice back. Let's keep going here. Give me a message here for Pisces. Male or female? Ooh, Zenith, she who prepares. Formulate, strategize, and devise, which actually is very King of Swords too. Formulate, strategize, and devise. This is beautiful. And I feel like you are having a plan for a new future. Like I said, planning a project, planning an outdoor project, planning a move, planning a new career, planning the birth of a child, planning a new relationship, planning something good for you. This is going to be the birth, honey. Amen. Meet the new Pisces. Hi, Pisces. Nice to meet you, because no one's going to recognize you after this one. You're undergoing a transformation, says Death. Huge transformation. All right, Pisces. You're awesome today. So this Zenith is she who prepares. And she has donned on her armor, but she still wears her cloak. She is not ready to launch into battle yet. For now, her goal is to seek the best path possible. Preparation, Pisces, must take precedence at this time. War seems to be inevitable as she gazes out. So whatever's going to be happening is going to happen. You know, you might be 8 months pregnant, ready to give birth, right? It's going to hurt. You've never had a baby before. There's no avoiding it. You're going to give birth. It's going to happen. And it's going to hurt. And you're like, damn it, I'm preparing for it, but I am super nervous, you know? Or I'm preparing for a move. I'm packing up my house, my boxes. I'm cleaning. I'm organizing. The move is coming. It's not here yet. I don't know where I'm moving, but it's inevitable. I am moving. I am moving. And so it's the preparation. It's also where I'm going to announce who I am now. I'm preparing to announce who I am or what I'm all about. I haven't yet, but I'm going to. This is also launching something in your business. You have a new product or you have a new idea for business. It's not ready yet, but you're preparing for it because you're going to launch it. So this is just preparation phase for Pisces. Anyways, you are marked as a leader, Pisces, by the headdress. She must also prove her qualities as a strategist and a planner. Some may think that she is made of stone, implaceable, immovable, but they make a grave mistake about Pisces. Zenith simply waits for the best time to make her move. Her headdress crowns with availability and the ability to see things clearly in black and white, while her heart is wrapped in passion and fire. The message of this card is to lay plans out for whatever you want, Pisces. Getting your projects, schemes, and dreams down on paper, again we have paper, will serve you well. With proper preparation, decisions will emerge from the black and white areas, revealing themselves, Pisces, as a clear yes or no. Do not let anyone rush you into anything right now. No rushing, particularly yourself. Devote some time to formulating a framework in which you want to accomplish something. Fill in the blanks with steps in a to-do list. Then do them. It's never a bad idea to include others in the strategy process. Execution of your plans will be enriched by more than one input. So don't try to do this all by yourself. And this is for your journaling. Ask yourself these things. Pisces, what strategies have worked for you in the past? Okay. Number 2, Pisces, have you made all the necessary preparations for this idea, project, or endeavor? Okay. And number 3, how can you lay your plans down for your future self? And so that is so true, guys. I am trying to make a deck patio in my front. And I've just been, it's funny because I've been trying to get numbers on how much that would cost. And it's like way too much. I can't do it. I thought it would be like maybe a couple $100. No, it's like in the thousands. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to have to do this, this, and that. Maybe use paving stones. So I'm going to do that. Not wood, deck, not concrete, because that's a lot of money. But there's future projects I also want to do. And, you know, just getting ideas, quotes, how do you do them? How much does it cost? Materials, researching on YouTube how to do things. You know, that's just for me. But you guys could be researching on buying a house, you know, doing home searches, looking at the areas you want to live in, what kind of a house you need, what is your budget. Those are all preparations. Also, just the energies of how do you move things forward in an idea for work. Maybe you're trying to get, you know, the video equipment, the right location, something to do for work. Or maybe your book. Maybe you're doing a book and you're like, well, I've got my book on my computer. I got to prepare how to get it printed out, sent off. How am I going to advertise? Where am I going to sell it? Do I need a website? What are the publishers? How do I self-publish? Who do I need to talk to? So these are all those preparations. So you keep doing your thing, Pisces, because clearly your ideas are awesome. Don't let anyone put them down. And I see that you're going to find your voice and say, I am an authority in my life. No one will tell me that I can't do it. And so you're just strategizing. People think that you're just a thinker. You're full of ideas, but you have no action. And a lot of people do confuse Pisces with no action. But actually, Pisces, you have an idea, and when you're ready to take action, like Zenith here, you will take that action. Okay? So you're just waiting for the right time. You're just basically pregnant with desire and pregnant with ideas and pregnant with the new you. You haven't given birth yet. Let's get one message here for Pisces and be done. We have 2 of them. Oh, I told you, Pisces, financial blessing. Money is on the way to you. So money, 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 money is on the way. There is a financial blessing, Pisces. Money is coming in. You're not going to be in lack. This is total plus and gain. No lack. You will get and receive a financial blessing that's going to help you do whatever project you want and desire. The next one is you are what you eat. So eat healthy. And I myself am working very hard on this. But Pisces has to start eating better. Process your food the right way. Not frozen foods, but like a blender, cooking it, steaming it, maybe a liquid diet, maybe taking out meat, maybe just eating different meat, maybe growing your own garden. But this is the time to eat better. And I think a lot of Pisces, you're worried about longevity. You want to live a long time and you want to live healthy. A lot of Pisces are going to look into longevity herbs and foods that can promote healing. I feel that if you're dealing with a loved one that may be sick, it's a time to start innovating how you cook, how to make this healthy. And if Pisces has a strong Virgo placement, you got this, babe. But if not, I would research the hell out of whatever you can. And just on a normal note, even if no one's sick, it's just researching what's going to give you a longer, healthier, happier life. And it's time to do it. You know, I heard a very important message yesterday from a personal trainer on a video. And she said, you're either going to pay for your health today by working out, sweating, being sore, paying gym memberships, or just paying for things to keep your body in shape, which is costly. Even eating healthy is costly. And a lot of people will say, yes, Stephanie, if you eat healthy, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. But think about it this way, and she flipped it and she said this: you either pay for it now or you pay for it later with hospital bills, prescription drugs, or bad health where you can't have a life. So you're either going to pay for it today and live healthy, or you're going to pay for it later. But either way, you're going to pay. And that's a lot like karma. You know, karma is either you're going to pay for it now and get it over with, or you're going to pay for it later. But we all have to pay something. And so now, I mean, I'd rather it be up to me when I pay, you know. I'd rather it be my choice instead of procrastinating and waiting for things to happen until I have to. So anyways, that is the message, Pisces. I love you. Thank you so much for watching my video. Oh, I forgot real quick. I know you guys always want to know masculine, feminine. Let me grab that. I'm sorry. I got so into my Dory moment, I spaced it. What does the divine masculine have to say about the sign of Pisces, relationship-wise? If you have a divine masculine, what does this person want to say? This person wants to say, I wish I could actually express how I feel. They're not being honest about that with you. Bottom of the deck, air energy. Communication, strategy, thoughts, ideas, and action. They're blocking you and they're blaming you. But it's fake. They wish they could actually say how they feel. How do they actually feel about Pisces? How does your masculine actually feel? Good news is on the way. They're positive and optimistic. They think things are going to get better. Okay? They may have been holding back, bottom of the deck, resistance, blockages, and obstruction. They've been holding back the truth on you. They've been blaming you for everything or whatever, or however this works for you guys. But they are thinking that they are going to communicate and it's going to be happy. And they're very optimistic about a new communication between you guys. All right, and for the feminine, if there's a message for the feminine for the sign of Pisces, let's get that done real quick. Okay, if there's a message from the feminine to the Pisces, or a Pisces feminine message to you for the cross watchers, what does this person want to say? Ooh, we have a lot. We have destiny calls. Check your 1-7. This is fated. They know that this relationship is meant to be. Just waiting. A deep lesson, pause, and divine timing. Look closer. They're just waiting for the right moment, just like Zenith. They're planning the plot, or they're in plot. They're strategizing how they're going to get things together here. Again, divine feminine, Empress energy. For a divine feminine Pisces, your dreams are in the works. Manifesto, pregnancy, that's Empress. We have divine femme. This is all about plotting and planning. It's preparation. It's not birth yet. We are prepping and ready to give birth soon. We have going within. So a lot of Pisces feminines are saying, I'm just isolated right now. I just want to go within, find my truth. I want to find my truth. I want to know who I am, what I want. I want to check my destiny, and I'm just waiting for the right moment to emerge. Bottom of the deck, you were right. Trust your intuition. Pisces, you were right. Or your divine feminine wants to tell you that you were right, Pisces. But Pisces was right on some sense, or vice versa if you're a cross watcher. But you're right, okay? And they want you to know that you were right. And there's some regrets because they wish they would have handled things differently. Somebody does. And they just want you to trust your intuition because your intuition's always been on point, Pisces. Always been on point. And they want you to know that, you know? So just trust yourself. You were right on about everything. And when there's the right time to move this forward, it will be the right time. It's going to be very beautiful. Let's just get an oracle message for your relationship. Bless you, Matt. You got to be kidding me. I got the same one for Aquarius. Focus. Number 22. I'm done. There's no explanation. The page is gone in my book. I don't know why I got the same one. That's ridiculous, but whatever. So this is about one thing at a time. Focus. And Pisces, it is true, and I'm on your team, but it's true. One of the hardest things for us to do is focus. I had a hard time focusing on this reading, you know? So we're going to have to focus and hone in our imagination and hone in where we drift off and try to stay focused on something that we want. There's something about to emerge, and let's focus on that and stay on task. Today, you want to do 1,000 projects, am I right? You want to do everything. But Spirit is saying, Pisces, stay on task. Focus, one thing at a time. Believe it or not, the little things will make a big deal for the big things. They'll make preparation for the big things. Sometimes cleaning your house may seem small and insignificant, but it makes way for a big marriage or a big relationship. Sometimes burning those pages, like I mentioned about what happened, seems tedious, but if you really focus and cry and go into what hurt you, it's going to make way for a new birth of who you are in your life and change you completely. So it is the little things that matter, Pisces, and focus on the little things one step at a time. Big changes are coming, and it all starts right there on the little things. So focus on what's in front of you and just one step after the other. And remember, guys, like I always say on this channel, love is a journey, not a destination. So just keep swimming, okay? Just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim, swim. Okay, guys, I love you. I am going to go. It's been a long reading. Sorry I missed you guys yesterday. I was super busy and tired and exhausted and couldn't. But I love you guys. For those of you waiting on the emergency personals, I'm getting on that after this video. I'll see you guys, and I love you. Have a blessed, beautiful, wonderful day. And if I have time tonight, I will come back live, and I'm going to be doing a general reading, which is going to be twin flame or soulmates. And I will be doing the names of the people that donated last week when I had that little thing going, where if you donated anything to my new Venmo, that I was going to give you guys a card. So there are some people that deserve some cards, and I'm going to get to you guys later tonight. So I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, everybody.